Hello, now then, welcome back. This is episode 5 of our Iron Glide series. We have a drought incoming. In progress, sorry, put my English in. So right now we are pretty much trying to fill up these tanks with water for survival purposes. Last time we spent quite a bit of effort to get these built and also moved some of the production for trees and crops up off this flat plane here. So when a bad tide rips through this area, we are in theory safe. Today, because we have no flowing water or bad tide, we need to fix this problem here. Now, it's not right now a problem because we can put the beavers in here and get them to do some stuff. However, that is not going to be enough for this. But the key for today is getting the big tanks, which I mentioned last time, as this one tank here will replace all of these. So a couple of these is going to be the difference of surviving long droughts and long bad tides, especially when we have to water the land with keeping these farms alive. So these take a lot of resources, so I'd like to build 2 in total. However, it is probably going to be, well, A, we need science, and B, a lot of production for what we have down here. And being stuck behind 4 of these is not a good place to be. So, the plan, which will hopefully work, is to look at engines. Now, these are just as bad as they are for the tanks, but this would allow us to have production all the time, which, no matter what, is going to be beneficial to the beavers. So we've pumped this area dry. Originally, this extra dam was put in to keep this area wet for the crops, but we're going to rely on these for now. It gives us an opportunity to pull some water out in the need for it and leave some in here for spare. We shall keep this dry. Keep this wet for all of the crops here. And the trees alive, which we haven't planted because we're going to move them up, and we have started to concentrate on getting some oaks. Now, the key to survival of this one, which if I just go into Dev Console, just to unlock the camera, just to make things a little bit easier. This is the whole map available to us, but it does not have a lot of water, and it does not have a lot of decent places to store that water. So we need to think reservoir at some point, which probably will be in here. But we'll rip out all these trees. So these guys up here are very much now no longer employed in the tree cutting business up here, but down here they will be. So let's just chuck these in for now. So these were always going to be our contingency trees, just for a little bit of extra. But while we're waiting another 4 days for anything to come through here, we could now, I guess, start to look at dealing with this area a bit more, actually. So, talking of reservoirs and water supplies, the problem with this is, tragically, due to the bad tide that's going to come through here at some point, it's not something we want to permanently store, but we are going to need to do something with it. So also we're going to need sluices. Luckily, sluices, shown here, finally remember where they are, do not take a million resources to build. Some metal, sure, and planks, but that's it. So for what we are going to need them to do is probably in here, is build across here and put some sluices in the bottom And I think that will do. I don't know how strong these four are, but I suspect that we all need to make it at least a couple of wide. We could go into dev console now, but in fact, let's do that, shall we? One. So they're all ones. So let's just come out of that. So 2, I believe, if the maths, as I understand it, is correct, 2 sluices should be enough. So let's just commit to that now, because while it's dry, we have a bit of temperate season, so let's just commit to it now. So yes, I'm going to blow the science. I didn't really want to, but I'm going to have to. And that is going to be a case of just laying these in here, I think. And the rest is just going to be levees. And then some dams on the top, just for a bit of overspill. Now, these... all I want these to really do is control depth in here. I'm not going to close them with contamination or anything else until we've got into here and dealt with this somehow, which is probably going to mean blasting a hole, which is way down the tech tree. So for now, I am going to leave them with that to do. Let's just put in a path to make this a little bit easier for him. And we have access to these oaks once it's built, so that'll be grand for additional stuff. We have quite a lot of beavers currently unemployed, so let's think. Knowing that we need to unlock a load of stuff, there's 400 here, and the tanks are 1,000 science, and these 2 little inventors' huts are not going to cut it, so we will get to inventing where to stick them in the short term, though. So it's probably just up here, I think. I am just going to spam and rush, getting some science done. Now I believe these have got increased production here. Only 1 beaver. So I think there's probably a few more than those there should be, but let's get someone in there. Get that splashed, as these don't last too long, but yeah, get that splashed. That'll sort that out. Top all these up. The trees are a bit more robust for that, especially the oaks, so we don't need to worry too much about up here, but it'll be handy. So we are now out of water, so this is where thing's going to come in to save us until a bad tide comes in. So with that, these will be fine. The water will be back before that's a problem. We're about to lose all of the stuff that we've just put into these. It's typical, but I will take it. So these now are the most important job under the sun, and these are less so. We probably do not need these guys. So we're still a bit short, but that's because these are all turned on. So once these are full and they no longer do anything, I will just pause them again. Actually, I will leave them running. I will leave them running. The inventors are still inventing, so it's fine. Let's just close that. So planks are good. Metal blocks are okay. Yeah, I think we are going to be in a good situation here. What's with you? Why are you sleeping outside? Oh, we have 5 homeless beavers. Well, well, well. What can we do about that? So I guess it's going to be another giant house. Luckily with these guys, we don't need to worry too much when it comes to lots of houses. What's wrong with it? Oh, well. In that case, we will leave them with a nice little tree to look at. Let's see if we can put something in this corner for them. Scripture? Yeah, why not? Yeah, go on. It's cutting into the science, I know, but still. So, are we in a position for... So we could unlock this now, which I think is going to be the next worthy purchase. I'm just going to blow that science now. Not going to build it yet, but it will replace this. Although we do need haulers to put logs in this, I believe. So that will be a... Let's get rid of that. That will be something we're going to have to do. And we're looking for food, so we're still stuck on kohlrabies. The cassavas are... Well, they're done, but they're not being picked. Why is that? Because you're planting. So I would like you to harvest those, please. And that should give them something a bit better to eat. Once it's been through the fermenter anyway. We have the storage that we placed last time for that, so that's not so much of a problem. We probably do need another farmhouse putting in for them to probably deal with planting and whatever, but this probably isn't the most ideal layout for farming yet. We will fix that. We need a nice big flat area, something like this, up here to fix that. And this would be quite good if we could fill it with water, which is possibly going to be a struggle, but maybe with some drastic pumping we could make that a little bit easier and fill this up, which would be nice for bathing and whatnot. I do believe that these guys can go swimming. Yes, they have a pool. I don't know if there's any crops with these guys. Oh yeah, mangroves. Okay, fine. We could put those in as well, but we need to decouple that from anywhere in the... It's going to get a bad tide, which is this, ultimately. So, yeah. This will do as a reservoir for now. We're going to end up killing these trees, but it doesn't matter. Not for now, anyway. Hopefully, 2 is enough by basic maths. I believe 2.2 was an edge. So this would be 2 edges. That'd be 4.4. And that was just 4 in total, so we shall see. I could be completely misunderstanding the whole science of that, but yeah. I would like some more logs, to be honest, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to give me that many. So it's possibly because they're having to pull all these out of here. I think the problem is we're just hurting pretty much for getting... The resources are there. I think it's just we're hurting for more beavers. I'm a bit reluctant to put another tank, but I think I'm going to have to. How far are these? Nearly done. Yeah, I think it's going to be this. Hopefully these guys are pumping. So we do need to get... So this will buy us haulers. So, good news. All of this has now become the most important job under the sun. So I'd like to get that built so we can at least get some water stored. Flood as much as we can back here. Hopefully it holds out. Downstream depths. Let's just make that. That'll do. So there'll be a little bit of surging as they build these. It'll overtop, but we'll see if it's enough soon. So these will stop working, which is a bit of a nightmare, but I wonder if they will reach if we put them up here. They will not. Okay. Well, well, well. How can we fix... I'll tell you what. Let's just write them off. We could, like, put in some shenanigans of a... like a long stretch here into the middle and then some stairs down and fix it, but I think we'll be fine. Once this is in, we should have enough here. Now, I do believe that this won't leak water. I could be wrong. I've never built anything like this way. Obviously, this will stop them from getting across. However, it seems like the water isn't coming off the back, so we'll see. But I don't know how these work when it's a drought. So in 1.2 days, we'll find out together, which will be nice. So we're looking for science. We are nearly at Big Tank City, so that's good. Let us... so what for gears? We're good for gears to build one. We are good for metal to build one, and we are very good for planks to build one. So once that ticks over... yes, please. Right, so this is gonna... I'm not gonna bet the entire colony on it, but I'm going to say this will help a lot. So I will build another one. I'll empty these out. So this one tank will replace all of these. This was just like a little buffer tank here. With any luck, you're waiting for berries, which... Are we out of berries? Ooh, we are out of food. Kohlrabies, please. And kohlrabies, please. Harvest. Harvest now. We are out of berries. You need to fix that. There comes the drought. So, does this leak? We'll find out momentarily, I guess. It's not constantly dripping away. We need to lower this actually, because the dams are only 0.6, so this should even out. We will continue to pump because we have this glorious reservoir now. But yes, berries are a problem, and I need to fix the berries sooner rather than later. So, do you reach down here? You do. I think these need to be berries. And I'd like you to prioritize that, please. Yes, we will be in trouble if we keep that stalled for too long. So let's just put in a gatherer flag here. You should be berries, so hopefully they can now reach this. Which they can. We've pretty much picked everything clean. This is not good. This is not good at all. So, we need to prioritize that pretty sharpish. And how best to prioritize that pretty sharpish. It seems like it doesn't leak out the back, so I will take that as a win. That's good. Yeah, okay. So that's still paused. Yeah, so that's no good because there's no power. That maybe was a big mistake. These take so long to come through. There's going to be some here, but I don't think we're going to be able to fix that problem. Yeah, okay, may have killed the colony there. May have actually killed the colony. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. How far can this guy reach? So up here. We'll have to see how that goes. But we are going to lose a lot of beavers, I think. And we are going to need them to do that. So, against my better judgment, I think we're going to build a hauling post. Very important. And we're going to stop worrying about these. And this is now your top priority. With any luck, they'll be able to empty that and get everything in some storage. But all depends on how quickly they can pull it out of the ground, to be fair. Okay, so yeah, we are kind of in a bit of an issue. We'll have to see how it goes, see how it plays. Hopefully, we'll get some berries coming in soon. I think what we will put in is that forester. It's got the whole reach, so whatever you can get in, please plant. With any luck, we should get something in that way. You guys are doing nothing for now, so let's just pause you. So I'd like you to do the planting, you to do planting, you to do harvesting. Let's do harvesting. And hopefully that will balance them out just a tiny bit. I'm pretty short on wood, but so hopefully, I think we're just about keeping them alive, but yeah. Oh, we have some berries. Good. Please sink those into there. Hopefully they don't get eaten first. That would be absolutely terrible. Yeah. you are now low priority. We do not need to worry about you just yet. Let's just get one guy in there. Should be enough to power that, I believe. Was that? They've got note to do. They'll go in there, which is fine. So that's getting planted. Some stuff to pull out the ground, which is fine. Let's hopefully pull this back from the brink. But I'm slightly concerned now. I think there's... Okay, they're very hungry, but they're not thirsty, which is, I guess, okay. That is hitting the well-being. Is this... Oh, it does have the reach, but it doesn't... It's not getting planted. We'll have to see. Does it say how long these take to actually grow? 3 days. Right, okay. So the reservoir was a good investment, so we're not dry yet, but yeah, not ideal. It looks like there's some berries coming in somewhere. Let's either just put some in. Bit of a shame that it takes so long for them to come up, to be fair, but that is very much my bad. So 3 spare jobs. I think we're okay. Probably shouldn't have deleted the forester. Could have used the berries down here, but anyway. So that's feeding those. They're okay. Yep, so we're going to need another water dump, I think. Science is still going up, so there's still quite a few spare beavers kicking about, so that's okay. That's... where's the best place we can put some water? I think it's just going to be a case of building it up here. So is it? Yeah. There are probably much easier ways to have built that, but I didn't, so that's okay. They can't get to it yet anyway. We need to figure out a path for that. So I think we're gonna do a bit of remodeling up here. In fact, I'm gonna take that out, and I'm gonna take... I might not need to do that. Let me take that out. Flood that. That should do the job for me, actually. So let's just... rip those up. Change my mind on that. We're still going to need to do something to get a forester in here, but well, not forester, but access to this guy, because they can't reach it yet anyway. Get that in there. Delete this guy. This is very going to be super convoluted, but needs must. Let's think about this sensibly. Let's do that. This is a massive waste of water. Have I got that the wrong way around? Oh. Lol. Oh, I didn't want to yeet those into oblivion, but never mind. So if we do that, we should... How can they get down here? Oh, okay, so they can run around. But they can't do that normally. So with the stairs in, has that extended your range? It has absolutely not. Amazing. Okay. So, it seems that we're feeding these now, so that's good. We don't have a lot of berries like, but never mind. So, another one of these would be perfect. And berries, please. Should be able to go on these areas, I believe. Anywhere where there is green. Yes, I know you need a path. Here is a path. Okay, so what we could probably do with... yes, they're still sucking all the kohlrabies up as quickly as humanly possible. I think we should just literally commit to doing this. And maybe this. This is probably going to be a waste of time because you can guarantee the next thing that crawls through here is going to be a bad tide. 100%. Just to spite me. But with any luck, we can get something out of that. What we can do is rip those out and also get some blueberries in here. Believe they're reachable? Yes, they are. So that's maximizing the growing space for those. This would be better if it was wetter, but that's tragically not a world we currently live in for these beavers. Oh, they got that planted quick. Okay, cool. How long do the other ones take? 5 days. Okay. So we should at least get some of these out of the ground, get some of them stored. And with any luck, Zinjo here should get the rest of these planted. And yeah, the tragedy that is this area. Not ideal, but it's a big area to try and keep wet. Anyway, so I believe that may possibly be the panic mostly over. But we're going to have to expand these quite rapidly, I think. These ones here died because of the contamination a couple of bad tides ago, I believe. Probably the first one. Yes, we are going to need to fix that. So, right, the original plan for today was big tanks, which we have done. With all this pause, we can't do anything at all, but that's fine. As this is all coming back online tomorrow, let's do that. And I am going to say another big tank in here, please. That should be once it's built. Yeah. Okay, so see how that goes for us shortly. We don't have the resources or the materials for it. Should have all the planks. Yeah. The rest of it though, eesh, it's going to be a while. This this poor guy here. I mean, it's a higher percentage than I expected, but yeah, it's not ideal. Let's just pause you and let's just open you. Yes, there'll be some flooding. Yes, yes, yes. But there's going to be plenty of juice coming out of that, so it'll calm down in a second. There we go. But we need to get the materials made. And also, the engine was the next big thing. Why have you stopped? Weird. Okay. The engine was the next big thing, which I have unlocked, but I want this done first. So the water was fine. I don't think we need much more than what's on screen here for these. So I will probably replace all of these with another one. Now that we have haulers, that's going to be slightly easier, I think. We do have new babies, which is awesome news. We do have some berries, which is good, but not as many as I'd like. So that is the... bugger, look at the state of that. Look at the state of that. My beautiful, beautiful berries. And that is way out of our reach. Why are there 14 places? Oh, okay, fine. So everyone's busy. I understand. So it's just... So there are 6. That's fine. I think we had a few die off, which is, I guess, understandable, given what we've asked them to do. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain. But that did also keep these supplied. It'd be nice if these were not constantly having to be manned, but can't do much about that. Once this is built, I'll throw up these back to auto. In fact, yeah, I'll do it now. It'll cut the power, but there's quite a lot of resources already in this. It'll slow down because it'll cut it off, but we shall flood here. Let's get these unlocked and cut trees. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long to fill up, to be fair. Yes, right. So I believe we've averted a disaster. I hope, fingers crossed. I'd hate to kill everyone off. There are a boatload of trees here and they are not being cut down. Have I been foolish to... I have been foolish. We'll worry about those another time. So we're not making science anymore, which is a bit of a nightmare, but... This is now fully... Oh, the smelter is not staffed. Okay. We do not need a job there anymore. Because they will replenish themselves. I mean, these will die. So it's another drought. That's okay. At least for now. That should overtop shortly. Very shortly, in fact. Oh, good. Right. Perfect. So, let's do the thing that I said I would do at the start, which is get rid of that and commit to finishing that. As we're going to need this bad boy for the drought. We probably should reprioritize the order of things, but yeah. I am gonna say this is more important. But good, we should be overspilling now. There'll probably be a bit of splashback as there usually is. Then once this is built, it should take all the metal blocks in. Oh, That is not good. That is not good at all. can I fix that? I cannot fix that just yet. So, slight change of plan. Let's get that done. And that should fix that. Good. We don't really have the locks for it. We don't have the beavers in here to do that. It's probably these that are doing most of the problems. So those that are planting, you can lose a beaver. And I think that's pretty much where I'm going to leave this episode for today. So I did place an engine down. It was with stuff in it. So technically I've achieved that this episode. And I'm going to take that as a done on the list. I need to get the resources first. And I can't build the resources if this doesn't work. So I'll probably end up either moving this slightly and sticking it on the side here or something else entirely. But for now, we have achieved a reservoir, which is great news. Nobody to cut these trees, which is terrible news. So, whoops. Do that. Don't know where we've stolen one from, but yeah. I don't think we need those. Sorry, distracted again, as per usual. Okay, so that's the drought started. So, with any luck, we can... again, can't do anything with this. Don't have the... Shouldn't have taken out the beaver wheel, but never mind. Mind. Probably put the beaver wheel back in, but I don't have the logs for that either. Anyway, rant over. We will look at that next time. So, I think we fixed the berries. That was an unintended consequence of my hubris of chucking down these tanks, which is a danger with these. But we do have the water done here. In fact, I am going to do this, actually. I know I'm wrapping up. I am sorry. I am very sorry. But I know I said I'd achieved, but I don't actually think I have. But this will mean I have achieved. We have put in one tank and one engine, and I'm going to take that as tick list done. But there should be enough bits and pieces to get that built. So, please do this. Drop the goods off, pick them back up, chuck them back in there. Anyway, we have the trees grown in here, which is good. It's not as many oaks as I would like. We're going to figure out something to rip the rest of these out of the ground, or these ones up here, but it's a next time issue. We do need to make more of this area hospitable to growing stuff, food and wood. Quite how we do that, I'm not so sure yet. Maybe up here. But this area doesn't stay green for long as this drains out, but we will tackle that next time. With any luck, this has enough to be finished, which it does. We just need to wait for it to finish it. And then once that starts spinning, I will close the episode here. It's gone on a little bit longer this episode than normal, but hopefully you'll forgive me for that. There was a minor disaster with the lack of berries, but yeah, always iron teeth equals berries. Logs. Why do we need 2 logs? There we go. Let's go. Prioritize power. I'll get that. Achievements been made. We have progressed up the ladder. We are using the power of, well, I guess wood, and electricity, maybe. I don't know if it's electric, but certainly this. So we now have fixed our problems with water storage and power in droughts without relying on the beaver manpower to do it. What I will do, and again, I'm sorry, but I will lay that in and then come work on that for next time. So Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or would like to hurl abuse at however it was I was nearly killed the beavers off by not growing enough berries, please let me know down below. Always keen to be taken back to school on that front. But yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.